Oof. All right, round 2. Welcome back. So, video previous to this, I was outside doing a chicken coop reset. Hey, Brenda. And I was only out there for about 35 minutes, and it went from 100% battery life to 3% because it's -4. So, hi, Cynthia. I was out there. I thought it'd be nice to do a chicken coop reset on live because I haven't done that. I did take care of most of like the poopy part before I went live. Hey, Mr. Money. It was very interesting. Yeah, it was, my battery died really fast, but I have found that usually the feed is not great when it's this cold, at least outside. And then obviously my battery passes away very quickly. And I usually don't have that problem at all. I've gone like 4 hours live streaming and my battery is still like 70%. So, oh yeah, and like that's why sometimes when we snowmobile, the feed will immediately cut out on you guys because the wind chill. Like days that it's in single digits or under 0, and we're snowmobiling, that wind chill is like -20, -30. It's like, and the phone does not last long at all. So, say la vie. Anyway, so I know Philly Girl had said that she was taking notes. I did want to, if you guys have any questions about how I reset my chicken coop, feel free to ask. I did want to say one thing. Philly Girl, are you in here? Morning, Diana. Hey, Ernie. I meant watching you do the coop. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, like the poopy part, not so fun. Actually, it's easier when it's frozen because it's not like sticky poopy, you know? It's not super stinky. However, my fingers freeze. Pros and cons. Hey, Bob. So one thing I did want to mention, because Philly Girl was saying that she's taking notes. Hi, Liz. Oh, I gotta set a goal for this morning. So Philly Girl said she was taking notes, and I put pine bedding in there. I just wanted to establish, do not ever put cedar bedding in your chicken coop. Cedar is toxic to chickens. So I know it might, like, if you don't read that somewhere or someone doesn't tell you that, it might seem like a good idea, like, ooh, let me put cedar in here because it'll keep the bugs down and all that stuff. No, cedar is toxic to chickens. Hey, Gail, do not use that in your coop. So I'll say it again when I see Philly Girl in here because I know that she was like taking some notes and stuff. Yes, it was very cold. It's saying it's -2 now. So, and even if I don't see Philly Girl back in here, I'll put it in our Discord. So if you're a member if you're subscribed on TikTok, if you have a membership with me on YouTube, you can join our Discord. I'm gonna make a separate channel for like livestock and chickens and stuff like that. How do you become a member? Oh, thank you, Liz. So if you go to the page, the main page of my YouTube, there are certain tabs that'll be like videos, shorts, and the last tab says membership. That's where you can choose what level of membership that you would like. And there is Off-Grid Yuppie, Hot Pocket, and the Viper Pit. So I have one child. She is 21. Oh, let me set this goal real quick. Hey, Funny Farm. Let's see. Real quick. And I already turned off. My good thing is. What? Yeah, no problem, Liz. Hey, Willow, good morning. All right, let's set the goal. Let's do 20 super chats. in the next 30 minutes. Yeah, so that was just like a quick chicken coop reset. And I was explaining, but I got cut off because the cold killed my phone battery. Someone asked, how often do I clean out the coop? I do like little baby clean outs, so that it's winter. So it's winter, so what I'll do is I'll put bedding down, and when I see that it starts getting kind of poopy, this is called like the deep litter method, and then I'll put more bedding on top of that. I'll clean off the nesting pads, but I'll put bedding on top of that. The roosters will spread it out and make it nice. And then by the third time I go out there and I see that it's poopy, I just rip it all out and restart. So I know some people all winter long, they'll just keep putting bedding on top of it. But one, you saw the space, like it will start to take away their access to the nesting boxes. So I will be switching to sand when I get a walk-in coop. But for now, I'm just doing the deep litter method. It also creates like a lot of insulation for the chickens. And someone had come in and commented saying that I should use a rake to spread it out and stuff. I don't bother spreading out my bedding too much. Like I'll kind of move it around. Yeah, exactly, Philip. So I'll spread it all around. Hey, Shelby, I won't spread it all the way out for the chickens. I just kind of toss it in there, and I let the roosters do their job. The first time I put hay in the coop, all 3 roosters immediately came in and started like putting it in places, scratching it, making it. And like when I came back out later, they had packed it down and made little nests for the girls. So I really don't need to do a whole lot. I know somebody's like, oh, you should spread it out and you should use this child-sized rake. No, I'm not doing extra steps because my roosters will do it for me. It's like Martha Stewart, Vampire Trump. Actually, like, thank you. I love Martha Stewart. I love my vampire fangs. Thank you, Mr. Money. And I voted for Trump. So, like, yay. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, it is the rooster's job. Like, you know what? Those freeloading motherfuckers, they need to be doing something. They're not laying eggs. Hey, Philly girl, there you are. I was just talking. One thing I wanted to make sure, because I know you said you were taking notes earlier. I use pine bedding. Thank you, Anna. I use pine bedding. Do not use cedar bedding. Cedar is toxic to chickens. When I was talking to you earlier, explaining what I was doing, I got cut off because my battery was dying. But I wanted to make sure that you do not pick cedar bedding for your chickens. So just don't do that. It seemed like a good idea, but it's not. Yeah, because cedar typically keeps bugs away, and you would think, oh yeah, I definitely want to keep. Awesome. And I wanted to make sure you knew that, Philly girl, because like I kind of stumbled on that information accidentally. But yeah, no cedar. So there's a lot of things, and you know what? You'll probably figure out some things that work for you that don't work for me and stuff like that. So I would never come on here and be like, this is how you do it. This is the only way you could do it. I bet you'll find some tips and tricks that work awesome for you that I didn't even know about. So you'll learn a lot as you go. Oh, silkies are pretty. Silkies are nice. I got 2 eggs yesterday. Ooh, and I didn't get to show you guys when I was out there, but I got dummy eggs. So what it is you can get, they could be wooden or ceramic. I prefer ceramic because they have a texture more like eggs, so it's kind of tricks the chickens into thinking it's a real egg. And you put the egg where you want them to lay. Because I don't want them to, like somebody was on a roosting bar and laid while they were on the roosting bar, so the egg fell and broke. I don't want them to get in the habit of just laying eggs wherever. So I put one little ceramic egg in each of the nesting boxes. That way it's like here, do it right here, you know? Where can I find the pattern for the cardigan? Are you subscribed on TikTok, or you're not a member on YouTube? But I did post it in the Discord, so that is where it's at. You could also look up 2 of Wands color stripe cardigan, and you'll find it. How long have you had these chickens? Almost a year. I got them in March of last year. I got them as like day-old hatchlings. It was the first thing they saw. I'm their mother. And thankfully they are very sweet, nice chickens. I made sure, when I was doing research on what chicken breeds to get, I made sure I wanted friendly chickens. I wanted the nicest, friendliest, like I want to pet them. I want to pick them up. Yeah, a year already, almost. A couple weeks away from that. And then I also needed a chicken that's cold hardy, something that can withstand the harsh winters we have here. So I have Brahmas. I have dark Brahmas and light Brahmas. My light Brahmas are a few months behind my dark Brahmas. My dark Brahmas will be a year old in March, and my light Brahmas, they hatched August 1st. So they're youngins. I love Orpingtons. Orpingtons were my first choice, but then I discovered Brahmas, and I went with them. So it was tied between Orpingtons and Brahmas. So for me, I love my Brahmas. I do. They are fantastic. I think if I got another breed of chicken, it would be the Orpingtons, because they are known for being extremely friendly, very cuddly, and yeah. Did your snowfall amount for tomorrow go up? Yes, it did. Now it's saying about 18 inches of snow, Chelsea. So, I can't believe it's that long. It feels like yesterday that you got the chicken. I know. And here I am about to hatch ducklings. So I've been doing research on that to see which ones would be the best breed for me, and I'm going based on friendliness. So I won't be getting runner ducks. I know some people are okay with their runner ducks, but they typically are nervous kind of ducks. So I think I might do Cayuga. Is it pekin or peckin? I've never heard anyone say the word. And I would like the golden 300, but I can't find anybody that will sell me the eggs. And the only company that will sell the eggs, you have to buy 20 of them. And I was like, ooh, I did not want that many. So, and I also my conscience coming through, because part of me is like, well, I don't have to hatch all of them. But then I'm like, but then I'm just like killing all the other ones that get sent that I don't hatch. No, thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for that super. I appreciate that. So you're saying you don't want to be a duck counselor for their anxiety. Are those the Muscovy ducks, Patricia? I think, doesn't Florida have a problem with just way too many Muscovy ducks? I think. I want to say, because I think I've seen a couple places that won't even ship them to Florida. That's what I thought, Patricia. I think it's because so many people just let theirs loose. Like, people would get ducklings or ducks and then be like, I don't want them anymore, and then just go let them loose in parks and stuff. So, anyway, if I got more chickens, it would definitely be Orpingtons. I have seen some really pretty speckled Orpingtons. They're like black and white splashes. I'm like, ooh, or the lavender Orpingtons. Those are pretty. Muscovy ducks are mean. I think maybe if they're wild, I've seen a lot of people say they're pretty friendly. I think if It's all in how you raise them. If they're wild, probably not super nice. I wouldn't be either. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Corydale. That's why certain reptiles are illegal in places, because if they get out, they thrive. Yeah, I think that's the same issue with Muscovy ducks in Florida. So, but yeah, I think for me, it'd be nice to find some eggs. I'm kind of waiting. I found eggs. I know where I'm going to order them from. However, I'm waiting until we get out of, like, right now we have a stint of our lows are negatives, like -7, -3. I don't want to order them now and then be on a shipping truck in 0-degree weather, because they'll freeze and then they won't be viable and then they'll have gone to waste. So I have a lavender Orpington that would let me carry it around in my arms like a baby. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Heather. Morning. That's what I did like about Orpingtons. Like, they're super friendly. I started with Brahmas because it also said they were friendly, but very cold hardy. So we went there. I think I had found several lists that was like about top 5 chicken breeds for cold weather, like extreme cold weather, long winters. And Brahma kept coming up at the top. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. I did hear that about Rhode Island Reds. However, like the personality, and I'm sure, again, it's all in how you raise them, but I just wanted something that was naturally more friendly. So, seen 2 people have Muscovy ducks and they were hand raised and they were mean, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just, when I was looking at all the breeds, nothing about the Muscovy duck really stood out to me to be like, yeah, that one's in the running. So obviously I want something that has high yield in egg production. The Golden 300 seems to be the moneymaker. Being like everything I read, it says that they lay between 200 and 300 eggs a year. So they are prolific layers. That's what I want. However, I can't find anyone that will ship me their eggs except for one, and they want you to buy 20 of them. And I'm like, I only wanted like 10. So, will the ducks fly away? No, so the domesticated ducks, they can't fly very far because of their weight. It depends on what breed you get. Some of them can fly for short distances, but no, they're not going to get up and like take to the skies. A lot of these domestic breeds, their wings might be slightly too short, or they might be like a medium to heavyweight, and they're not going anywhere. Just like the Brahmas, I could probably get away with a 3-foot fence over there, and they wouldn't be able to get over it because they got them dump trucks. They got them sick boys, them double stuffed cheeks, you know. How many chickens would you recommend for a beginner? Honestly, if you can, if you just want eggs, I would say pick somewhere where you can guarantee that you're getting females, and 3 or 4 would be a great start. So they all have friends. They have friends, and if one of them doesn't make it, you know, they've got a couple others. I wouldn't get 2 because you run the risk of one passing, and then you have a solo hen. So I think 3 to 4 is probably a great start. And then once they get to laying age, you're getting 3 or 4 eggs a day. So I think that would be good. And I think that's what Philly Girl is looking at. I think she was looking at 3 to 4. Yeah. And if you go to Tractor Supply, do not get straight run. I have seen straight run means they haven't been sexed, meaning they haven't distinguished whether they're male or female. And unless you have a really good eye and know what you're looking for, pretty much anyone I've ever talked to who got chickens from straight run from Tractor Supply, the majority of them are boys. So I think I actually saw a video yesterday. They got 7 chicks and 5 of them were roosters, and they got 2 hens. So like, then you got to deal with that. There's way too many roosters for that few hen. Brahma's got them apple bottom butts. Yeah. Yeah. How can you tell? Okay, so there's a couple things when they're really young. You could tell by their feathers. If you pull out the wings, the females have a very distinct like 3 sets of feathers on their wings. And unfortunately, I don't have something to show you to compare. But however, the males, their wings are typically much shorter than the females, if that makes sense. And then as they get older, you'll notice that the females, their tail feathers look like this. Like say, if this is the chicken, if this is the hen, her tail feathers kind of look like that. And then a rooster's will be like a little curly, like it'll start to get fancy. So girl, boy. But you're not gonna see that until they're a few weeks old. But you could typically tell by the wings. Like if you grab a couple and you see that and they're all about the same age and one has a much longer wingspan, that's the girl. And the shorty wings are usually boys. In the store, they are marked at the store for males to females. Yes, but they usually have a bin that's called straight run, and that means they have not been sexed at all. And I can guarantee you most of them are probably boys. So, but you can look up pictures and videos of people explaining the difference between like males and females in their youth. Yeah, and even so if I ever got chicks from Tractor Supply, even though they'd be in a bin that said male or female, I would still personally check. So, will you stop? Leave him alone. Big way. Jesus. I want to buy 170 chicks for egg production. That's awesome, John. You're gonna have your hands full, but honestly, I've seen so many videos of people like, I'm raising 2,400 chicks. Somebody had made like a little brooder for 4,000 chicks, like in their fucking backyard. So like if they could do it, you could totally handle 170. I mean, that's gonna be a lot of chicken feed, but you could do it. Yeah, the Chicken Chronicles. I guess it's all about, so you want to do it for egg production. Yeah, I mean, shit. Depending on what breed, gosh, let's say on a low end, you get a breed that only does 100 eggs a year. Jeez. But you have 170. I mean, you wouldn't, if you're looking for egg production, you wouldn't pick a breed that lays so few eggs. Bullets being a douche. You'd probably pick something that's like does a much higher yield. So something that's probably laying closer to 180, 200. Yeah, you could do pretty good with that. And people love the Easter eggers, the ones that lay different colored eggs, like the pretty greens and the blues. If you picked those have a pretty good yield, and people just love the eggs being as pretty as they are. So I went to Tractor Supply yesterday and they didn't have them yet. I think I'll have to call them. So I went to my Tractor Supply yesterday, Philip, and they have all the bins set up. It's almost chick days at Tractor Supply. I looked at Chris and I was like, you are so lucky they don't have ducklings today, because I would be going home with a box of ducklings. John, I have a 600-foot barn by 150. Well, you're set. I mean, you won't even need all of that space. Honestly, you would just condense it and yeah. But I bet if you got Easter egg chickens, you would probably do very well. People love those. People love their pretty eggs. And especially you'll have people that'll pay you more if you'll sell them fertilized eggs that are in pretty colors, because that obviously Tank's like, I don't want to play with you. And Bullet's like, you better fucking play with me. Anyway. Oh, I bet, Corey. But yeah, so if you got, that's Chris driving back up. Hang on. Okay, so if you got Easter egg chickens, hens, and you like singled out the really pretty eggs, you could sell those for like a higher markup for people who want to hatch them, right? That'd be pretty cool. Like I see so many people that they'll be like, they'll post on the Facebook groups being like, hey, these are some hatching eggs, these are for sale, where, you know, typically people are selling a dozen eggs like in farm stands for like $4 a dozen, maybe $3 a dozen. It just depends where you're at. I've seen like up to $7. It just depends. But let's say $4 a dozen. So you're getting, it's less than $1 an egg. Anyway, they are selling their green and blue eggs for like $5 to $10 an egg. I saw somebody selling their eggs for like $20 an egg, a hatching egg. So I'm giving 100 dozen to the homeless. That's cool. Yeah. No, it's coffee. So YM, you were in the conversation yesterday. Trust me, I don't forget anybody. You'll learn that about me. So, and I explained this to you yesterday when you asked, what does Chris do for a living? We own a business. We own H&H Tactical. It's a Type 702 manufacturer. We build ARs. We manufacture them. And we also sell ammunition. We have an online store. All of that's linked in the bio. We run that business together. Currently, so we have the online store. He also goes to gun shows, and he sells at gun shows, so. Damn, here I thought $10 a dozen was crazy. Well, like I said, that'll just be for one single hatching egg. So somebody who's looking to hatch an Easter egg hen, hopefully, that will produce them some pretty eggs. Like, it's like, oh God, it's like your boutique hatching eggs, you know? Morning. Oh, thank you, desert driven. I'm hungry. Oh, okay. So YM, actually, so I think all you heard was chicken. We're talking about hatching eggs. If you had listened, kind of like yesterday, if you listen, we're talking about people will pay $5, $10, $20 for a single egg to hatch because they are looking for a specific type of chicken that will produce pretty eggs. Some people just like that. They're not looking to like save money. They're not looking to, you know, make a living off of or retire off of chickens or selling eggs. They just want a hen that is going to lay pretty green or blue eggs. If you look up, like there's so many pictures of people who they've set up like the scale of Easter egger shades. They do produce some very pretty eggs, and there are people that will pay top dollar to hatch those pretty eggs so that they can get hens that will make them those eggs. And for no other reason than they just want pretty eggs for themselves or to hatch more, and they'll sell those hatchlings, they'll sell pullets that are guaranteed to make pretty eggs like that. So it just dessert driven, yes. Oh, I just joined and heard about ARs. Yeah, so somebody had asked what we do for a living. We have our business. It's H&H Tactical. It's linked to the bio. Our online store. We are a manufacturer of firearms. So, but I don't always do firearm content on here. Like my morning lives are more daily life. I was on earlier. Okay, I don't get why you have to have an attitude towards me. It's because of how you came in here yesterday, YM, and I answered your questions yesterday, but you don't listen to the answer. You just kind of pick and choose like keywords and then bitch about what I'm saying. That's why. And I don't really consider it an attitude. I give you what you give me. Does that make sense? If you didn't come into my chat 2 days in a row talking a bunch of shit, I'd probably be nicer to you. But because you came in here being shitty, now you're going to complain when people are shitty back to you? Well, that's not how it works. Why is it okay for you to be shitty, but like when I give you that same energy back, oh no. Where was that empathy before? Thank you. Morning, Jennifer. Listening is a good skill. Yeah. I think most people are just kind of waiting for their turn to talk or type. What did I say? Well, you came in here yesterday talking all kinds of shit about me sitting here not doing anything, about what I am doing, about what I am saying, making comments about my person, our business, my house, whatever. I mean, but you're the one that came back. I never knew there were chickens that could lay colored eggs before. And we are actually just looking at getting some baby chicks from our local tractor supply. So David, they usually have like them sectioned off, and they're called Easter eggers, if that makes sense. Let me pull up some of their eggs. You will yeah. So Tractor Supply, they'll usually have bins, and it'll say which chickens are in there, and then if they're straight run, which means they're not sexed, you could be getting male or female. Easter egger is what you're looking for if you want pretty eggs. And they are also prolific layers. And I think, where are we at on our goal today? We have 3 minutes to hit our goal, guys. We got 15 more super chats to go. Easter egg, chicken egg colors. There we go. Let's see. No, you didn't, YM. You were talking all kinds of shit along with the other person that was in here. What was their name? It'll come to me. Anyway, here we go. Here's a good one. So Easter egg chickens, hens, like, look at these shades. Stop it with the... Nobody wants to see your Pinterest. Anyway. Okay, so you have olive eggers. Okay, here we go. So that's a pretty good representation of like a bunch of different colors you could get from chickens. Like, those are really pretty eggs. And if that's your thing and you just want to have like some bougie eggs, there's another one that lays a dark red. That's pretty cool. Like, you could see it right up in the corner right here. And then these kind of purpley colors. And then I found one that does like a very like a light pink, like a micro pink. That was kind of cool. I was thinking, oh, they're pretty. Unsafe to eat. No, they're not. They're eggs. They're eggs. I've never seen the yellow, but every other color. Yeah. Well, I think it's not so much yellow. They call those olive eggs. They're more of a green. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Shiny D. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, and YM was agreeing with them. So anyway, so I told you guys I'm kind of split between the Cayuga ducks and Pekin, or yeah, Pekin. No, these are my natural teeth. I don't have vampire fangs. These are just my natural vampire fangs. So I was looking at Cayuga ducks. They lay black eggs. So do those lay eggs for life? Everything kind of has its, they have like their menopause. After a while, they will stop laying eggs, much like a woman, you know? We're just, eventually they're gonna stop menstruating. And then at that point, you can choose what to do with them. Me, I will let my girls retire here and have a nice cozy retirement, and they could just be my pets. So, no, it's not an A-frame. My living room just has like that nice big window there, but thank you. So Cayuga ducks lay black eggs, and Let me show you. Cayuga duck eggs. Let me show you those. That would be, I feel like once people kind of got used to it, they'd be cool with it, you know? Let me find, here we go. So these are Cayuga eggs. They're like black shades of gray and like these kind of like micro gray white colors. And I guess they will lay dark, like close to black, dark gray eggs early in the season, like in the spring. And then as they kind of get towards the end of the season into the fall when winter is starting, they turn more white right before they stop laying for the winter. Gothic eggs, I know. Yeah, so they're called Cayuga, and I'll show you what the ducks look like. They're also very friendly. Everything I've read about Cayuga ducks is they're friendly. And look, they're Gothic ducks. How pretty are those? The blue and green is pretty cool, Ernie. So I was thinking it's either gonna be those or the Pekin, or I might get both. I don't know. Yeah, they would goth ducks. I think you might be able to turn on closed caption. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. There's nothing I could do on my end. I don't know about on YouTube, on your end. They're beautiful. Yes, yeah, Cayuga ducks are gorgeous. Thank you, Hanzo. Okay, Anthony, I don't have 3 dots at the right corner, Anthony. So Cayuga's pretty up there for me, just because like goth duck eggs. Okay, it says closed caption is unavailable for some reason. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why, because I have all of those options turned on before I start my live feed. I make sure I go through and make sure everything is available, but I'll check again. I'll double check tomorrow to make sure that that's on. Yeah, sorry about that. But so my it's gonna be either Cayuga, goth duck. Here, let me pull up. There's also golden 300, not goth duck, but golden 300 hybrid. Let's see, images. So not super fancy or goth ducky, but stop it. Okay, these are golden 300s. Like they lay up to 300 eggs a year. So I gotcha, Lily. Brenda's like, please, goth ducks. So egg production. So at 40 weeks old, they'll be laying about 230 a year-ish. I mean, I guess just do the math. And then by 52 weeks, by a year old, they'll be at 290 a year. And that's fantastic. Let's see, I guess at age 22 weeks, about 5% of them start producing eggs. So they can start producing eggs as early as 22 weeks. I like the goth ones better. The goldens look like they were cooked already. Yeah, so that's the golden, and then let's look at Cayuga. Like, how many eggs are they going to give me a year? I know it's like quite a bit less than your golden 300, but I mean, goth ducks. Let's see. So they can also lay kind of light blue eggs too. So that's kind of cool. And also the egg size is about large to extra large. Let's see, quick stats. Come on. How many eggs? So they lay between 100 and 150 large to extra large eggs per year. So half of what the golden 300s lay. So good for my vegetable cart. Yep, yep. So yeah, so their production is way less than the golden 300s. If I could find someone to just send me a smaller amount of golden 300s, I would do both, you know? Just saying. I would have both. Let's see, because I think, okay, I found, who had, let's see, golden 300 hatching eggs. But you have to buy a lot. But I don't remember if they had it so that you can kind of mix and match. I think a minimum order was 20. Is that one? Let's see. Oh, I think it was Stromberg. Let me see. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you for that super. Where am I from? Originally Alabama. Yeah, it is a lot less. I'm living in northern Maine right now. Is there a recommended square footage of fencing we should have per chicken? Yeah, so if you're going to keep them contained, let's see. They should have some space. They can't be in a coop all the time. I feel like they wouldn't be happy. Recommended space per chicken. Let's see. Okay. It says 8 to 10 square feet per chicken of outdoor space to forage and roam freely. So yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. For a standard sized chicken, a recommended space of 3 to 5 square feet per bird inside the coop, and then 8 to 10 square feet per bird in an outdoor run. Kenda, thank you for that, super. I appreciate that. Yeah, because like, so my chickens, we have the interior run that's connected to their coop, and then they have their big exterior run. The exterior run is during the warmer weather months when they can go out and forage. I don't leave the interior run door open with the winter because they don't like to go out in the snow. Thank you, good guy. They don't like to go out in the snow. Plus, like with predators, especially in the winter, being a little more ballsy to try to snatch up my hens, I just let them stay inside the interior coop. That interior coop, it is 10 by 10. So like it could be probably another 20 square feet, but they're doing pretty good with what they have right now. And then as soon as the snow melts, they're gonna have free range to that exterior area, which is, what is it? It's like 30 by 60. Yeah, so they have a, yeah. Oh, they love, no. Oh, see, that's great. Hey, Shiny, hey, why don't you remind everybody to gift me for not doing anything on the live? That worked really well for me yesterday, so. So hopefully that helps. Like, we're kind of doing a Q&A on chicken stuff. So a little, like 8 to 10 square feet per chicken of outdoor space. So then, okay, so a Philly girl gets, let's say that she gets 4 chickens. You know, she can do with a small coop. They don't spend a whole lot of time in the coop unless it's really cold. Then she could get away with like a little exterior run of, 40 square feet. That's not bad. So, have I looked at Metzer Farms? Yes. They have ducklings. I didn't want to get ducklings. I wanted hatching eggs. So that was the thing, Shelby. And they wouldn't, I don't think they have hatching eggs available. Not all of the hatcheries sell eggs. because a lot of times like a hatchery, like Cackle, they like in-house they only hatch chickens, and then they have other farms give them ducklings to sell. So but yeah, I looked at Metzer. The other thing about Metzer is they are further away from me, and I didn't want to risk them being in the cold that much longer. Because are they California? Where are they? One of them was California, and I was like, ooh, not, or were they Washington? I forget. They were Catalan Travels. Oh yeah, so yeah, California. So that was another reason. I'm kind of careful. I kind of look at where the hatchery is located. Like if it were summer month, it wouldn't matter because it'd be warm enough. But hatching eggs, if they freeze, one, they're going to break, and they're probably not going to be viable by the time they get here. Yeah, so that should give you a pretty good idea, Philly girl. So 3 to 5 square feet interior of their coop. And then their little run should be, if you're going to have 4 hens, they should have about 40 square feet. So, yeah, Shelby. So, because, like, if you're going to spend that much on eggs, and especially it's the shipping that gets you, I want to make sure that they get here, like, safe. I did find one, it's called My Pet Chicken. They will ship the eggs. They don't have them available right now, but they have a 100% guarantee if your eggs hatch, if you have a hatch rate of less than 25%, they will send you all new eggs. They will replace them all. Like, so if I ordered 10 eggs and only 2 of them hatched, they would send me another 10 eggs. So I'm kind of holding out. I don't want to order anything right now just because of how cold it is currently. But I'm kind of holding out because I like that guarantee. You know? Let's see. Janet, thank you so much for that. Thank you for that sticker. That's super. Yeah, Metzer's, I think, is in California. Right? They had ducks. Let's see, they have buff. They have the cayuga. The thing is I wanted hatching eggs. So eggs, here we go. Eggs, duck. Purchase hatching eggs. And I think they also, oh, that was the other thing. I did try to put the ones I wanted in my cart from Metzer. They didn't have any of the ones that I wanted available. They have a few, but not the ones that I wanted to purchase and hatch. So let's see. Have a great day, Deborah. Oh, Blue Swedish was another one that I was thinking about. Did you guys hear about those? I guess like in the running for all of the friendly ducks, I guess Blue Swedish was another one that came up really high in the rankings as being a very friendly, like cuddly duck. So that was another option. So I guess so it's Golden 300 mostly for the fact that they lay so many eggs. Blue Swedish just because they're super friendly, and Cayuga because goth ducks. So, thank you, Marie. All right, I'm gonna set us up with a new goal. Yeah, because we didn't hit that one. Start another. Let's do, let's see if we can get 10 super chats in the next 15 minutes. Boop. Ooh, I also saw something interesting. I guess TikTok started their new, what is it, their live, scaled live. And a couple of people were posting that if you're not meeting the goals, and we all know that the payout on TikTok was not great for creators. Before it was 40% goes to creators. Well, now they're doing these scaled lives. You have to hit all these goals to get up to 53% of what is earned on TikTok. If you don't hit those goals, you're now getting more like 30%. Actually, I'm not sure why you're here, YM. So we're gonna put you in a timeout so you can figure it out. Especially since you got so much fucking attitude. Let's see. Let's see. Oh wow, that's because YouTube is so flooded with channels. What? Well, I'm talking about TikTok. So the whole scaled live thing is like you have to hit all these goals now on TikTok, and you can, if you hit all of the goals, you'll get like 53%. But if you don't hit the goals, now creators are making more like 30%. So this whole scaled live thing that they're doing on TikTok is actually worse for the majority of creators. So if you're not a pro, if you're not A1, that you're gonna get even less of a payout on TikTok. So I'm glad that we kind of switched our live feeds over to YouTube, because that's wild. They were already taking a lot from creators.
Plus, it seems like their algorithms too aren't even helping push like certain people.
Yeah. So YouTube pays 70%. So you guys having memberships on my channel here, and the supers, like, because we have our super goal. We have 12 minutes to get 10 supers. The creator is getting 70% of that, whereas on TikTok, if I'm not meeting the scaled goals that they have, I'll only get 30% of that. And then also TikTok hasn't fixed that whole thing of some people are still struggling to recharge. So I think, and there's some huge creators that we've battled on there that were always like A2, A1, are now B1, which is fucking wild. I saw somebody yesterday who is always A1, he is B1. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, and then also we could call out trolls, so that's always nice.
I like too that YouTube does this also. I know, like sends me an email.
Yeah.
It tells you how many.
Oh yeah, I get that.
I know you get that, but
yeah.
Before you had to search for it.
Yeah. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Anna with the super.
All right.
How are the cows?
Frosty. And mornings are funny because they don't want anything to do with you other than just food or feed.
Yeah.
So you give them feed. You're like, okay, you don't exist now. Come back later. But I'll go back later and brush them.
Although I will say, like, mornings, they've definitely been super cuddly.
Oh yeah, well they're frosty.
Yeah.
They're like, they don't have as much spunk. But
the one day, both Cinnamon and Pumpkin, while you were gone, they were both like, we want all the chin scritches.
Yeah. It was way too cold for me to say for chin squishes. I freshened up their water, fluffed their hay, gave them their feed, knocked all the frost off them. Mm-hmm. Now it's freezing.
Yeah. Well, like, so I was out there for 35 minutes. And I didn't go live yet because I wanted to get all the poop out of the coop first. And then as soon as I did that, I went live. We were only live for a few minutes. And all of a sudden, I got a 20% warning on my battery. I was like, holy shit.
Well, yeah, it's a -2 out. I mean, it's cold.
And then less than 2 minutes later, I got a warning for 10%. I was like, I gotta go, guys. Well, and then by the time I got back in the house, it was at 3%. So, Jody, thank you so much.
It's so fucking cold. I have gloves on all the time.
Yeah.
You guys can't see it, but my skin is so fucking dry and cracked, like to the point where it hurts.
Got to put lotion on.
Put lotion on your skin. I know.
So I could wear it.
Put lotion on your skin or you'll get the hose.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, so I was just showing people the ducks that I'm considering. And then some people I posted the picture to the Discord yesterday of Tractor Supplies. They got the chick days. It's set up. They're ready to go. They're just waiting for chicks. Let's see. Do 20 push-ups, bro. That's all?
20. I got a bad shoulder. I could do more than that.
Same. Well, I don't even have the bad shoulder, but yeah.
Good shoulder.
There was a guy in
here. We
here.
used to do 20 push-ups with you on my back.
Yeah, yeah. There was a guy that came in the other day, and he's like, I do 30 push-ups every morning. I'm like, that's one set for me.
I mean, give him at least credit for trying, but
nobody asked.
Well, that's even worse.
We weren't even talking about it, but he was the same guy that a few minutes later, he's like, how much can he bench? I'm like, oh, okay. So you're just really insecure. So, oh, YM,
Really?
you're still here. Oops. Let's do another timeout. Yeah.
I love it. It calls him out. Here's a timeout. You got to wear the dunce hat.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh gosh.
Really?
Yeah, I hate when the skin on my fingers crack. Yeah.
It's usually one thumb.
Yeah,
Always gets
mine
it.
is my right thumb. How much human growth hormone? That I mean, quite honestly, that's a hell of a compliment.
Thank you, but none.
Yeah. I mean, that shit is expensive.
See, now that goes
LOL, sure.
that goes back to the question like that we thought we always had, like all people see are like a snidbit. And trust me, I don't think I'm in great shape for. I think I'm in okay shape for my age. However, I'm not like some jack rip power monstrosity bodybuilder like I used to be. Instead of saying a stupid comment like that, maybe ask, "Hey, bro, how long you been training?" "Oh, really? Thank you for asking." Because I've been doing it for 33 years.
Or what's your routine? That I feel like that if they actually wanted to know,
Yeah.
they would ask that. Like, hey, like what kind of workouts do you do? Because we've had that in the gym before.
I started lifting weights when I was 15. and I never stopped.
Usually when they ask, you know, are you on test? Are you on growth hormone? What are you doing to cheat? In other words, it's because they're insecure. It's because they're not where they want to be on their like weight loss or fitness journey. So, let's see. I use Jeffree Star's his winter balm every day.
Me too. I use his blush.
No, the hand balm that I use.
I know he sells makeup too.
Yeah.
Got some serious smoke going on outside.
Yeah. Well.
Well, it's because it had a box with all the hanging stuff in it.
Yes.
We get rid of the bugs, which we don't have right now.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait, honestly. So now that the chickens are older, I'm gonna have ducks. That should greatly reduce the amount of bugs that we have around here. So I'm super excited about that.
Delicious.
Chris all dolled up. Let's see. I lost. So this is from Yolanda. I lost 120 pounds and get accused of having surgery or taking Ozempic from coworkers daily. Now it's I have an eating disorder. You know, so like, I bet if you threatened, like, because somebody took their like employer to court over that because someone kept saying
False
stuff like that.
accusations and shit.
Yeah, like it's like some kind of like workplace harassment. That shut them up really quick. Like they stopped.
Well, first I want to say fucking thumbs up and congratulations to you for that hard
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
That's no fucking easy task.
Yeah. I mean, that is wild that people are, I mean, that just shows you your coworkers can't be happy for your success.
Well, it goes back to the insecurities. I mean.
Exactly. If the first thing they do is say, how did you cheat versus, hey, great job, you look great, you did great work. Like, it's because they are pissed off that you succeeded. That's how they're looking at it. Every time.
What's that?
Well, like when Like the
Oh.
guys that are like, how much growth hormone, how much test, whatever. It's because they see that you succeeded at something that they have
Yeah.
themselves
That's
failed
usually
at.
the first comment is
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome, Yolanda. I would say that to my coworkers. I would go to HR and be like, so this is workplace harassment. Yeah. The funny thing is 5 of them are all now taking weight loss injections.
Well, so that's exactly, a lot of it is projection.
Ugh.
So that's usually.
Wait a second. So they're accusing you of doing that when they themselves are doing it? That is fucking wild.
Well, that's projection.
I know, but like how they don't see it though. I feel like with social media and all the text on psychology and insecurity, all this stuff, like there's so much information out there. It's in your face. How can you not see that is what projection is? And how are you that unaware of yourself? Like,
I mean, I'll never knock anybody for doing anything like that. I mean, to each his own. But I'll never proactively accuse someone of doing that without asking questions.
Yeah.
Secondly, too, Yolanda, you sound like you're doing it the right way, the smart way.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a lifestyle change, the weight you lost, you will keep off.
Yeah.
Those knuckleheads will take these pills, supplements, whatever, potentially lose the weight. The minute they stop taking them, they'll gain it right back.
yeah. Ooh,
So-
yeah, that is the tough thing about when you are using any type of pill or injection, because especially if you cold turkey it, it's
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you supplement that in with a strict diet, exercise routine to
Yeah.
help get you over that plateau. But if you solely rely on that said medicine, whatever,
Yeah.
the minute you stop taking it, I've seen it millions of times, they usually bounce right back, then some.
All right, guys, we have 2.5 minutes
Really?
to hit our super chat goal. We have 9 more super chats to go.
9 more.
Yeah, I stopped eating crap, got diagnosed with diabetes, changed my lifestyle. Good for
you.
you.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lifestyle change. Good
Yeah.
for you.
That's what it has to be. And like, it has to be, 9 times out of 10, it is a food related issue. And then the moment that you like just kind of adjust your eating, and like, especially if you're drinking full sugar soda or alcohol daily, just taking that out alone, people see huge weight loss. Like, it just comes right off because that's usually the source. People aren't counting their liquid calories, you know?
And so many people, like when I used to be involved in bodybuilding, they'd always ask me the question, well, how'd you get so lean? How'd you get so
Thank you,
competition
Chelsea.
ready? And it has nothing to do with lifting.
Yeah.
Exercise is a small portion of it. It's 80+% of what you eat. And
Yeah.
that's the hardest part.
Yeah, and Willow, I get skinny girl shamed all the time too, being told to eat a burger. It's disgusting how people hate. Yeah, because they see you as thin or fit, or yeah, you're a threat. You're what they want to be, so they're gonna shit on you for it.
Because they're probably not in good shape, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this skinny, good-looking woman
Yeah.
is gonna threaten me and possibly take my husband away. So
I had some random person come up to me in the gym one day
Oh, come on.
saying, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Excuse me?" And they were like, "You're already fit. You shouldn't be here." And I'm like, well, this is how you maintain it. You keep going. So you don't just get fit or lose weight and stop. You have to maintain it. Just like if you were to diet, like if you change your diet, you can't just change your diet long enough to lose the weight and then go back to how you're eating, because that's exactly how it comes back on, you know? Yeah, people say some wild fucking shit when they're ignorant and they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Also when they're jealous. So, yeah, people are fucking rude. I was working 2 jobs. It's easy to lose weight. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you so much for that super chat. Yeah, people are fucking wild. They're definitely gonna go check out that chicken poop.
Well, it's on fire now, so.
Yeah, they're still gonna check it out. All right, we got 20 seconds to hit our goal. Here's somebody getting yelled at. Yeah, I don't like the word diet either. I'm like, yeah, you just can't eat like that. So yesterday we got pizza, but like we don't do that every day. We don't do that every week. So we did our date lunch Tractor Supply run. And, you know, we stopped at Lakeview, and Chris is like, you know what, I feel like having a pizza today. I'm like, sure, I'll have some pizza with you. I had 2 pieces, so I didn't overindulge. It's still more than I usually eat. And yeah, I won't do it again for 2 weeks. So, but if that's like a several times a week thing, that'll catch up with you for sure.
I don't know if you can hear me barking at the smoke.
Let's see. So Jonathan, big ass nose, but cute, to be honest. That's a compliment, by the way. It's not. If you have to tell people something's a compliment, it's not a compliment. I also, I'm quite pleased with my nose. I have no problems with you disliking my nose or thinking it's big, because nobody gives a fuck what you think, Jonathan. So. People also don't take into consideration people may be sick. Yes. What if I had a terminal diagnosis and they said that insensitive stuff? Probably still wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. And also, I have heard stories of that, of someone who was going through cancer treatment and a coworker had asked them, like, what diet were they on, or whatever. And they hadn't shared with everyone that they were going through cancer. They're more of a private person. And she was like, I have cancer. And like, I guess I would never, anytime I meet a person who I have noticed they have lost a considerable amount of weight, I don't really say anything unless they bring it up to me, because you don't know what's going on, you know? It could be stress. They could be not eating because there's some shit going down in their life. They could be sick, that sort of thing. I typically don't make comments about another person's body unless they bring it up to me, you know? Unless they ask me or tell me and they're like, oh, I lost 50 pounds. Then I'll be like, you look great. That's fantastic, you know? Thank you, Shelby. Thank you so much for that super chat. Water and sleep have a lot to do with losing weight. Yes, yes, it does. All right. Well, we did not hit our goal today either time. So I'm going to hop off of here. You guys have a fantastic day. I will be back on again tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At least the coop is clean. I'll go check it again and see if the roosters did their job. They usually do. One of them had crawled in there as I was leaving, checking the place out. Nope, no Christmas decorations. It's just fine. So, but you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.